defending his mistakes, of trying to preserve a picture-perfect family for the world to see. Now, that picture had been shattered, and Rasheeda was left picking up the pieces on live in front of millions. And just when fans thought it couldn't get any more heartbreaking, Rasheeda pulled out an envelope. A handwritten letter. "This was from him," she said. "He left it on my dresser before he left for a business trip last week." She unfolded it slowly and read aloud. "Rasheeda, you'll always be a part of me. But I can't keep living in the past. Jasmine is my future. I know this will hurt, but I need to do what's best for me. Please don't hate me." Silence followed. The comments section went still for a moment, then flooded with messages like, "What? He's disgusting. And you deserve better." Rasheeda folded the letter quietly, looked into the camera, and said, "I still love him, and that's the worst part. I still love him." Then the live ended. But the drama, oh, it was just getting started. As the screen went black and Rasheeda's live ended, the silence across social media was deafening, but only for a moment. Then the floodgates opened. Fans, friends, fellow celebrities, everyone had something to say. Memes, reaction videos, TikToks and YouTube breakdowns flooded the internet within hours. People dissected every word of that letter Kirk wrote, analyzing his intentions like he was a character in a soap opera. But the truth was even messier than fiction. Not even 24 hours after Rasheeda's heart-wrenching live, Jasmine went live, herself, but her version of the story. A complete contradiction. Dressed in silk pajamas, sipping wine and twirling that diamond ring like it was her trophy, Jasmine smirked at the camera and said, "Look, I didn't steal nobody's husband. He came to me. He chose me. Period." She claimed that Kirk had been living a lie with Rasheeda for months, that their so-called reconciliation was just for the cameras, and that he had been done with Rasheeda emotionally long before he put a ring on Jasmine's finger. "He told me Rasheeda was cold, that she treated him more like a business partner than a husband. And I'm not trying to shade her. I'm just telling y'all what he said." Fans couldn't believe the nerve. People began dragging Jasmine in the comments. "Girl, he said that about you too before." One viewer snapped, "You think you're different. You're just the next Rasheeda in training." But Jasmine wasn't done. In the most savage twist yet, she pulled out a piece of paper on her live too. "Since y'all love receipts," she said, waving it. "This is the prenup, or should I say, lack thereof." She giggled. "That's right, ladies, no prenup. Mr. Frost said he trusts me with everything." The comment section exploded again. No prenup, after all the lessons from the past. Fans began speculating whether Kirk was just being foolish or whether Jasmine had some serious leverage over him. Some even suggested blackmail. Rumors swirled about texts, hidden videos, and even a second child on the way. And then came the real shocker: screenshots leaked to the Shade Patrol allegedly showing Jasmine texting one of her friends. "He thinks he's in control, but he don't know I've got that man wrapped around my finger. Wait till the baby news drops." That's right, baby news. The internet imploded. Was Jasmine pregnant again? Did Kirk even know? Was this why he married her so suddenly? Rasheeda, meanwhile, stayed quiet, but not for long. Just 3 days after the livestream, she sat down for an exclusive interview with the Atlanta Real. No filters, no script, just raw emotion. And it wasn't just heartbreaking, it was revealing. "I've known Jasmine was still in his life," she admitted. "He said it was only for the kid, and I tried to believe that. I tried to believe that he was being honest with me for once, but my gut was screaming at me. I just didn't want to listen." She confessed that Kirk had been disappearing for days at a time, blaming work and music videos, that he had begun dressing differently, acting more private, always holding his phone close. He was distant, cold, like I was living with a stranger. Then came the moment that shocked even the interviewer. Rasheeda revealed she had recently found a receipt in Kirk's jacket pocket, receipt for a ring. "I saw the date on it. 2 weeks before our anniversary," she said, tears in her eyes. "I thought maybe, just maybe, he was planning something for me. A renewal, a surprise. But no, it was for her." And that wasn't the only betrayal she uncovered. Just days before the Miami wedding, Kirk had allegedly borrowed $50,000 from a joint business account that he and Rasheeda shared without her knowledge. He said it was for a business investment, she said bitterly. Turns out, it was for the wedding venue, the dress, the ring, everything. He used our money to marry another woman. Fans were beyond outraged. "This man is the villain of the decade," one fan tweeted. Rasheeda deserves justice and a refund. In the midst of the emotional chaos, Rasheeda dropped yet another bombshell, one that made viewers sit up and really pay attention. "I was pregnant," she whispered. The room went quiet. "I found out 3 months ago. I didn't tell anyone, not even him. I was scared. We were still working on things. I thought maybe it would bring us closer again. I thought maybe it was a sign. But 2 weeks later, she miscarried. I was alone, and he was in Miami with her. I'll never forget that. The heartbreak was unbearable. Even fans who had doubted her in the past rallied around her, flooding her page with support, prayers and calls to leave Kirk forever. The betrayal was too deep, too cruel. It wasn't just infidelity. It was emotional warfare. But the drama wasn't done unfolding. While Rasheeda was pouring her heart out, Kirk and Jasmine were spotted at a luxury resort in Turks and Caicos. Paparazzi photos showed them laughing, drinking champagne, and kissing in the pool while the rest of the world was still trying to process the fallout. It was like they were living in their own fantasy world, untouched, unbothered and unapologetic. But what they didn't expect was for one of Kirk's former friends to come forward with some dirt that would change everything. In a now-deleted Instagram reel, a man claiming to be Kirk's longtime business associate exposed a series of voice notes Kirk had allegedly sent him in the days leading up to the wedding. One of them said, "I don't even love her like that, bro. But it's the best move for now. Keeps the peace, you know? Keeps her quiet." Another one said, "Rasheeda's too strong. I can't control her anymore. Jasmine's easier to manage." Fans went wild. Was the marriage a manipulation tactic? Did Kirk only marry Jasmine to avoid a bigger scandal or to silence her? Rasheeda reposted the reel with a simple caption, "Wow," and with that one word, the tide shifted again. Even people who had tried to stay neutral began taking sides. Rasheeda was no longer just the hurt wife, she was the woman who had been systematically gaslit, financially manipulated, emotionally abused, and discarded for someone Kirk could control. Mama Shirlene went on the Real ATL Moms podcast and let loose. "Kirk ain't nothing but a smooth-talking snake," she hissed. "He fooled my baby, fooled the world. But guess what? The truth always comes out." And just when everyone thought the drama had reached its peak, Jasmine posted a sonogram photo. The caption, "Baby Frost coming soon." #We1Q, the collective scream of the internet. Not only had she confirmed the pregnancy rumors, she was rubbing it in Rasheeda's face like salt in an open wound. The audacity, the cruelty, the complete lack of respect. Rasheeda didn't respond right away. She stayed offline for 48 hours. But when she returned, she posted a photo of herself in all black, with a caption that read, "Rebirth. The storm didn't break me, it built me." And fans, they were here for it. Queen energy. Leave that clown and glow up. You're not broken, you're just getting started. But deep down, everyone knew the wounds were still fresh. And while Rasheeda tried to move forward, the world was still watching, waiting for the next twist. Because with Kirk Frost and Jasmine Washington, there's always another twist coming. And just as Rasheeda began to find her footing, a mysterious DM leaked online allegedly from another woman, claiming she too had been involved with Kirk in the months leading up to his wedding. And y'all, grab your popcorn, because what just went down in the world of Rasheeda and Kirk Frost is straight out of a reality TV script that even Love and Hip Hop Atlanta producers couldn't have written better themselves. In a shocking twist that has the entire internet gasping, Kirk Frostius, that Kirk has officially married Jasmine Washington. And if that wasn't explosive enough, Rasheeda has finally broken her silence. And let's just say, it's not the calm, composed Rasheeda we're used to seeing. "I still love him," she whispered through tears in a jaw-dropping Instagram live that has now gone viral. The woman who stood by Kirk through years of infidelity, humiliation, and betrayal is now the one left in the dust, while Jasmine, the former side chick turned unexpected bride, is flaunting her new ring like it's a Grammy Award. And baby, she ain't being humble at all. Fans are shocked. The streets of Atlanta are buzzing. Twitter is in a frenzy. And Mama Shirlene, don't even get us started. SIS is ready to pull up again. But here's where it gets even messier. Sources close to the Frost family say this wasn't just a spur of a moment Vegas wedding. No. This was planned. Kirk has allegedly been living a double life for months, even introducing Jasmine to his inner circle while telling Rasheeda he was working on their marriage. The betrayal cuts deep, And Rasheeda is finally speaking out, not as the businesswoman, not as the loyal wife, but as the woman left heartbroken and blindsided. And y'all, the tea doesn't stop there. There's more. So much more. Think secret love letters, a hidden second proposal, and even a mystery pregnancy that could blow this whole thing wide open. So sit back, because this is more than just a love triangle. This is a saga of love, lies, loyalty, and the ultimate betrayal. Coming up, Rasheeda's emotional confessions, Kirk's shady motives, Jasmine's cold response, and how this scandal is tearing their entire circle apart. Stay tuned, because this is one ride you do not want to miss. It all began one quiet Friday evening when Rasheeda decided to go live on Instagram, something she hadn't done in weeks. Fans noticed right away that something was off. Her face was bare, her eyes puffy, and her voice shaky, like she had been crying for hours. She didn't say much at first, just stared into the screen for a long, painful moment. Then finally, she whispered the words that would send shockwaves through the internet. He married her. Kirk married Jasmine. The comments section exploded. Viewers couldn't believe it. Kirk Frost, the man Rasheeda had stood by through countless scandals, had actually gone through with marrying the very woman who had once been the biggest scandal of his life, Jasmine Washington. The woman who had his child behind Rasheeda's back. The woman Rasheeda had publicly forgiven him over, and now, she was his wife. As Rasheeda tried to maintain composure, she went on. Y'all don't understand. I gave that man everything. I built an empire with him. I forgave what most women would have walked away from a long time ago. I stayed, I fought, and he still chose her. Her voice cracked on that last word, and fans watching the live could literally feel her heartbreak through the screen. Many of them had watched Rasheeda's journey on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, for years. They had seen her weather every storm Kirk brought into their marriage, from the infamous cheating confessions, to the baby mama drama, to the lies, the breakups, and even the brief separation that had the whole cast divided. But this was next level. Within minutes, the clip of Rasheeda's emotional revelation was being shared everywhere. The blogs picked it up. The shade rooms went wild. Kirk Frost marries Jasmine. Rasheeda speaks out in tears. One headline read, another declared. From side chick to wife. Jasmine's shady wedding to Kirk leaves Rasheeda broken. And in the midst of the chaos, more details started spilling out, details that painted a picture even more twisted than anyone could have imagined. Allegedly, the wedding had taken place just a week before, in Miami. A small, private ceremony. Only about 30 people invited. And get this, none of Kirk's family was present. Not even his and Rasheeda's children. No press. No cameras. Just vows, rings, and the kind of smug smiles you'd expect from people who knew they were starting a firestorm and didn't care. But what made the betrayal unbearable for Rasheeda wasn't just the fact that Kirk married Jasmine, it was how he did it. According to a close friend of Rasheeda's who chose to stay anonymous, Kirk had been pretending to work on things with Rasheeda in Atlanta just days before the wedding. He was at her house, the friend said, helping with the kids, having dinner, telling her they were in a good place, and then boom, the next week he's in Miami saying I do to the woman who blew their whole marriage up. And if that weren't messy enough, Jasmine has been flaunting the wedding like a prize. She posted a photo of her and Kirk in all white on her Instagram story with the caption, "Finally Mrs. Frost, #no more secrets." Another shot showed her kissing Kirk's cheek with the words "wife vibes only." Y'all mad or nah? The internet was furious. Rasheeda's fans flooded Jasmine's page with snake emojis and savage comments. "You'll never be her," one wrote. "You broke a family and think that's cute," another added. But Jasmine didn't back down. In fact, she clapped back. "Y'all been mad since day one? This ain't new. He chose me. Stay pressed." And Kirk? He's been silent. No posts, no comments, no statements, just living in the shadows of the scandal he created, while the two most important women in his life are now on opposite ends of a very public war. Back in Atlanta, Rasheeda was left trying to piece together the shattered image of the man she thought she knew. In a second live session, she opened up even more. "We've been through hell. I gave up everything for him. I turned down opportunities. I put our family before myself. And I always thought maybe he'd finally see my worth, but he saw someone else's." That's when she revealed the most heartbreaking detail yet. Kirk had proposed to Jasmine with the very same speech he once used on her. Word for word, she said, shaking her head in disbelief. "He told her the same thing he told me. I want to build a life with you. You're the only woman who truly understands me. I know because she posted the video, and I recognized every damn word. Fans were left stunned. The betrayal ran deeper than just a new relationship. It was the recycling of love, a complete erasure of the years Rasheeda had poured into Kirk, as if their marriage had been nothing more than a rehearsal for the real thing. Even Mama Shirlene, who's always had a no-nonsense attitude when it came to Kirk's mess, got involved. In a fiery post on her page, she wrote, "This man embarrassed my daughter on national TV for years, and now he wanna play husband to the same girl who tore their home apart. Kirk been lost. But this right here, this is a new low. I don't care who get mad, somebody gotta say it." The family was left divided. Some of Rasheeda's cousins unfollowed Kirk immediately. Her eldest son reportedly refused to speak to his father after hearing about the wedding. He was pissed, a source close to the family shared. He said he can't respect a man who would betray his mom like that. Meanwhile, Jasmine's camp was celebrating. Her best friend posted a video of the after-party in Miami with champagne flowing and guests yelling, "To the real Mrs. Frost." The audacity, fans said, was on another level. But what truly broke the internet wasn't just the wedding itself, it was the timing. Turns out, Kirk and Rasheeda had just celebrated their anniversary 2 months prior. She had even posted a throwback montage of their crazy journey, captioned, "We've had our ups and downs, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Love you forever, at Frost117. And apparently, that post was made while Kirk was already secretly planning his wedding to Jasmine. It was around that time, Rasheeda said, that he started becoming distant again. He said he was busy with work, studio time, business meetings. I thought we were just in a rough patch, like always. I never thought he was plotting a whole new life without me." As she recounted the lies, you could feel the weight of years pressing down on her years of covering for Kirk. That's where things get even crazier. The screenshot spread like wildfire. A DM sent to a popular gossip page from a woman identifying herself only as T, no last name, no face, just a story that added jet fuel to an already blazing scandal. In the message, she claimed to have been seeing Kirk for nearly 6 months right under both Rasheeda and Jasmine's noses. "I'm not doing this for clout," she wrote. "But everyone acting like Jasmine is the only one. No, I was there, too. I've got receipts, texts, and even voice notes. He told me he loved me. He said Jasmine was just a fix for his public image." Attached to the message were screenshots. A flirty text from Kirk that read, "You the only one who gets me EFAR," with heart eye emojis, a hotel booking confirmation in his name, for a stay during the same week he claimed to be traveling for business. And then, the voice note, "Man, these women don't know how lucky they are. I give them everything. And they still complain. I need peace. That's what I'm looking for. Not drama. Not old wounds." The gossip blogs exploded. Commentators called him king of gaslighting, lord of lies, and reality TV's real-life villain. Everyone was stunned. Had Kirk really been juggling 3 women, one of them his wife, another his ex-mistress turned wife, and now a completely new side piece? Was this man addicted to chaos? Jasmine went live again, clearly furious. "Let me tell you something, ain't no other woman that girl lying for attention. Kirk would never do that to me. We're solid." But fans weren't buying it this time. "Sis, that's exactly what Rasheeda said for 10 years. Look how that ended." The comments were brutal. Rasheeda, meanwhile, chose silence. She didn't address the new woman, the voice notes, or the growing public circus. But what she did do was more powerful than any response. She deleted every photo of Kirk from her social media. Every wedding picture, every anniversary post, every family vacation. Gone. She updated her bio. CEO, mother, survivor. And then she posted a video. Not a live, not an interview, just a short clip of her walking into her pressed boutique in Midtown Atlanta, heels clicking, hair laid, sunglasses on. The caption, "Still handling business." Like always, fans erupted with support. That's how you clap back. Unbothered queen energy. Glow up season in full effect. But the drama wasn't ready to let Rasheeda breathe, not yet. Because just when people were ready to cancel Kirk Frost once and for all, his camp finally spoke. In an exclusive audio interview with an Atlanta radio station, Kirk broke his silence. And it was unhinged. "I'm tired of being painted like the bad guy," he said. "Yeah, I made mistakes. But I've always provided for my family. Always. People don't know the pressure I've been under. Rasheeda and I weren't in love anymore, We were business partners. That's it. Jasmine made me feel alive again. He even took shots at Rasheeda. She cared more about her brand than our marriage. Everything was always about the image. About pressed. About appearances. She stopped seeing me. The backlash was immediate. Fans called it deflection, cowardice, and downright disrespectful. So you cheat, lie, gaslight, then blame the woman you broke. Nah, not today. Mama Shirlene popped off again, posting a TikTok where she said, "You ain't tired of being painted like the bad guy, you just tired of being exposed." Meanwhile, Jasmine tried to do damage control by posting a polished photo shoot of her and Kirk, looking in love in matching white fits, holding hands on a rooftop. Caption, "Through the storm, we rise." But no matter how many photos she posted, the cracks were showing. Fans noticed her smile didn't quite reach her eyes. And when someone asked in the comments, "Is it true about the other woman?" she didn't respond, she deleted the comment. And then, boom, another leak. An anonymous source to be a former assistant sent in a batch of emails and texts to Tea Factory ATL, the most notorious gossip blog in Georgia. Among them, a conversation where Jasmine told a friend. He proposed out of guilt. He thought I was gonna expose some stuff. Told him I wouldn't say anything if he made it right. Fans lost their minds. Was the wedding real love or a cover-up? That same source even hinted that Jasmine had private compromising, footage that she used as leverage. The internet immediately speculated. Was there more to this than just a love triangle? Was this a full-on extortion situation? Rasheeda stayed silent. She was done speaking. But behind the scenes, word had it that she was lawyered up. Sources close to her said she had begun the process of dissolving all shared assets, pulling her name off joint accounts, and filing for full ownership of their shared businesses. "She's playing chess now," one insider said. She gave him 10 years of grace. Now it's time for consequences. And yet, even with all this chaos swirling around him, Kirk still wasn't done making headlines. Because guess what he did next? He showed up unannounced to Rasheeda's boutique. According to an eyewitness, Kirk arrived just before closing. No cameras, no entourage. Just him, standing in the doorway like a ghost from her past. She looked shocked, the witness said, like she wasn't expecting it. But she didn't fall apart. She stood her ground. They spoke for nearly 20 minutes in hushed voices. Rasheeda never let him pass the entrance. Her arms were crossed the whole time. No smiles, no hugs, no forgiveness. He tried to hand her something, the witness added. Looked like another letter. But she didn't take it. She just shook her head and said, "Nah, we're past that." Then she turned around and walked away. Kirk stood there for a few moments, frozen, before finally leaving. And just like that, he was gone again. The internet went feral over the sighting. "This man thinks he's in a Nicholas Sparks movie," one fan wrote. "Sir, the credits rolled already." Another added, "She ain't reading no more letters. She's writing a new chapter." As for Jasmine, she posted a cryptic story right after the boutique incident. A black screen with the words, "Some of y'all gonna learn the hard way. He's mine." But fans were no longer buying it. Her comments were flooded with clown emojis and snake memes. "Sis, he's everybody's," one fan clapped. "That man got more chapters than the Bible." And then came the final twist of the week. Rasheeda was spotted having dinner with a mystery man. TMZ-style photos showed her smiling at a candlelit table with a tall, bearded man in a fitted navy suit. No PDA, no confirmations, but enough chemistry to get the rumor mill spinning. The internet had questions. Was Rasheeda finally moving on? Was this someone new or someone from her past? No one knew for sure. But one thing was clear. She looked at peace. And as Kirk scrolled through the chaos he created, fans couldn't help but wonder. Did he finally realize what he lost? Because while Jasmine was busy flaunting her ring, posting cryptic captions, and dragging Rasheeda with subtle shade, Rasheeda was building her empire back brick by brick. Her boutique sales were through the roof, her fan base stronger than ever, and her confidence untouchable. Still, one question lingered in the air, one that fans couldn't stop asking. If Kirk came crawling back again, would Rasheeda ever take him back? And the answer, well, that's where things take a shocking new turn. Because just when everyone thought Rasheeda had closed that door, forever locked it, bolted it, and thrown away the key, Kirk did the unthinkable. He posted her. Yes. After months of silence, betrayal, remarriage, and scandal, Kirk Frost posted a photo of Rasheeda on his Instagram. It was a throwback, an old photo of her laughing on vacation, barefoot in the sand, with the sun behind her like a halo. The caption, just 3 words, I still do. The internet froze. Fans stared at their screens, trying to process what was happening. Hadn't this man just married Jasmine? Hadn't he just been exposed for cheating again twice? Was this a confession? A plea? A public declaration of regret? Within minutes, Jasmine unfollowed him. Then she deactivated her account altogether. Commenters swarmed the post. Sir, not this. You married a whole other woman. Are you lost? You still do what? Cheat. Lie. Embarrass. Leave her alone. But the real bombshell came an hour later. When Rasheeda reposted the photo to her Instagram story with a single word. Wow. Nothing else. No tags, no explanations. Just that one word that carried more weight than an essay. And the rumors began spinning again. Was she considering a reconciliation? Was this just a public stunt? Was Kirk playing games now that he saw? Rasheeda's glow was real. Paparazzi caught up with him outside of Frost Bistro the next day, and his response only made things murkier. I said what I said, he told them. People act like love just disappears. It doesn't. Even when you mess up, it's still there. She'll always be my person. I just got lost. The audacity of it all left fans reeling. Lost. He didn't get lost. He walked away. Into the arms of a woman who'd already nearly destroyed his marriage once before. Who flaunted their affair. Who used his name like a status symbol. And now he was coming back around because Rasheeda was rising without him. No, sir. Still, the rumors about a possible reconciliation didn't stop. When Rasheeda was spotted 2 days later at a recording studio with an old friend from the industry, specifically a very single and very fine R&B singer she used to tour with in the early 2000s. Fans couldn't help but speculate, maybe Kirk's I Still Do was less of a confession and more of a panic move. But then, just when the drama seemed to reach its final act, Jasmine returned. She reactivated her account, went live, and unleashed a storm. I'm tired of being quiet, she started, holding back tears. Y'all want the truth. Here it is. Kirk used me. He used me to get at Rasheeda. He told me he wanted a new life, that she didn't love him no more, that I was his piece. But the minute she glowed up, the minute she stopped crying and started shining again, he ran back, like a dog with his tail between his legs. She paused, then added, I'm pregnant. I'm carrying his child. And he hasn't called me in 4 days. The chat exploded. Comments raced across the screen. He left her pregnant. Did this man really abandon to women? Girl, you knew what he was when you got him. This is wild. Jasmine kept going. I loved him. I really did. I thought we were building something real. But he was still chasing the woman he lost. He never stopped loving her, and I was just the mistake he made permanent. She wiped her face, sniffling. I thought having his baby again would make him stay, but now I see. It never had anything to do with me. It was always her. It was always Rasheeda. And just like that, the internet had whiplash. Sympathy began shifting. Jasmine, once branded the ultimate villain, was now looking like a broken woman caught in the crossfire of Kirk Frost's emotional warfare. Meanwhile, Rasheeda stayed cool, silent, unbothered. Her next post. A mirror selfie in a red power suit with the caption, all business, no baggage. And that's when a source close to Rasheeda dropped the final piece of the puzzle. According to The Insider, Rasheeda had been approached by Netflix to executive produce and star in a docuseries titled Pressed, The Rasheeda Frost Story. Yes, you heard that right. The woman who had been humiliated, betrayed, and broken on national TV was now turning her pain into power. The Insider said the series would chronicle her life, post-Kirk, the rebuilding, the entrepreneurship, the family fallout, and the truth behind the chaos that has unfolded since his second marriage. She's ready to tell her story on her own terms, the source said. And trust me, she's not holding anything back. When asked if Kirk or Jasmine would appear, the Insider laughed. Let's just say, she's got better things to film. That night, Rasheeda finally went live again and over 200,000 fans tuned in within the first 5 minutes. Let me be real with y'all, she began. I appreciate all the love, all the messages. But I need you to understand something. I'm not broken. I'm free. This ain't the end of my story, it's the beginning. She paused, then added, Kirk made his choices. Jasmine made hers. Now I'm making mine. And that means I'm done explaining. I'm done crying. I'm done waiting for people to respect me. The live ended with one final message across the screen: coming soon, pressed. Only on Netflix. Fans lost their minds. This wasn't just drama, it was redemption. Kirk, Jasmine, the betrayal, the tears, it had all led to this. A woman turning her pain into profit. A mother reclaiming her power. A queen reminding the world why she should have never been counted out. And as the internet exploded in excitement, there was only one person who hadn't said anything since the announcement: Kirk Frost. No statement, no apology, just silence. Because maybe, just maybe, he realized that this time, Rasheeda wasn't coming back. She wasn't waiting, she wasn't rebuilding with him, she was rising without him. And now, the world was watching a new chapter unfold, one that didn't begin with betrayal, but with freedom. Rasheeda Frost had finally closed the door, and this time, she made sure it slammed. So there you have it, y'all. A love story shattered, a marriage rewritten, and a queen reborn from the ashes. Rasheeda Frost, after years of public heartbreak and private betrayal, has finally chosen herself, not Kirk, not chaos, not compromise. And in doing so, she's lit a fire under everyone watching. Fans are rallying behind her with newfound respect, while Kirk Frost, well, he's watching the empire he once shared crumble without him. Jasmine thought she won the battle. But did she really? She's left holding a ring, a baby on the way, and a man who's clearly still obsessed with the woman he let go. And Kirk, he played too many games with too many hearts. And now, it seems the player has been played by time, by truth, and by the very woman he underestimated most. But the question still lingers like smoke in the air. What happens next? Will Jasmine spiral out and tell more secrets? Will Kirk try to sabotage Rasheeda's rise? And is this mystery man at that candlelit dinner about to become Rasheeda? Next chapter, we want to hear from you. Do you think Rasheeda should ever forgive Kirk? Was Jasmine really just a pawn or a player too? And what would you do if you were in Rasheeda's shoes? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this tea is just too hot to sip alone. Don't forget to like this video if you're riding for Rasheeda. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next twist, and tap the bell so you get notified when we spill even more messy, real, and raw reality drama. Until next time, stay pressed, stay blessed, and always keep your receipts. Because in this game, the truth always comes out. And honey, it always hits harder than fiction.